Hey guys and gals and people of all genders. So I'm walking back to the dorm. I did like the previous videos I've done walking around. I don't know why it's just so annoying that the shadow of my phone in my hand is on my face. It's annoying. Oh well. As my hair is a little weird here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, nice and chilly night. But yeah, it was great. I just met two new friends at this hopefully I say this right, Dia de los Muertos fiesta that we had at Alumni Bird Lounge. Very fun. It was a collaboration between the ECL and fuck those are the Chinese and Asian culture classes, something like that, and at least like one or two other groups here at Berea. It was good. I was pretty hungry, so I did have some other food before I went in there. I didn't know if they're gonna have actual dinner or if it was just gonna be like snacks or candy or whatever, dessert. They did have actual food, so quite a lot for dinner. Again, also right, never have I ever before today had Chinese and Mexican food in the same meal. I don't know. It was nice though. It wasn't like the best I've ever had or anything, but it's all right. I ain't mad. So that was good. The best part of it, like I said though, is I made two new friends. Very lovely, very friendly. So it was a pleasure talking with them. You got to know a little bit that I'm a YouTuber here. I play Minecraft. I talked about that for a little bit. Stuff like the warden and a few of the updates and a little bit of the story, not the full thing, but a little bit of the story behind why my YouTube channel name and my gamer tag is in fact Sir Nether, which is actually, and for those who may not know, most people probably won't, is because when the Nether update came out in 2020 during COVID pandemic, I loved the Nether update. I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it was awesome. Like literally one of my favorite, if not my most favorite update ever. It was awesome. In case I didn't say that already, so I clearly didn't. So yeah, I that's I liked it a lot, so I chose that. And plus, I don't know, I just thought the Nether dimension was like really cool. I mean, it's actually really hot, but nonetheless, jokes aside, really cool. Really mysterious, has a lot of really cool things to it. And I won't lie, I thought it was pretty cool before the Nether update, but because it was like alternate dimensions and whatnot, and like I remember the first time I saw someone go into the Nether, I think it was actually one time long time ago when I was playing like the PlayStation 3 edition. I know, so crazy, I was like super old. PlayStation 3 edition, or just like one version of the Legacy console, and I was playing that with my brother. And well, actually you couldn't, at the time you weren't able to actually have two players at once, so you could only play as one person in the world. So it's kind of crazy to think. And I watched him go through this Nether portal, and he saw like a bunch of zombie pigments, so that was weird. Yeah, so that was I was like, whoa, what is this place? Like, that's so crazy. But it's also really cool, just this kind of concept of this sort of underworld sort of dimension. I like that with another update, they weren't trying to say, oh, it's just hell, because that's pretty much what it felt like, or imagine most people interpreted it to be. And there's so many memes about it. You know, like for example, there's this one that was like, it was like atheist people, it was like non-religious people after they die, and it's like entering the nether. And it was like the OG entering the nether screen too. It's crazy. But anyway, you know what? It is a little late, but I'm gonna. Well, it's not like actually terribly late. I think it's only like, well, I actually fucking don't know what the time is. Lovely. It's probably like, I don't know, about 9:30 something. I don't know. Maybe it's closer to 10 or 11. And damn, is this quality not so good right now. It's pretty fuzzy. Sorry about that. I guess whoever's watching is gonna have to contend with this very grainy quality of video, visually speaking, not auditorially, or you know what I mean. Yeah, so it's really cool. I'm just trying to think about what am I saying? Wait, what are they doing over there? I can't really turn around the camera without it stopping the video, so I'll just I don't know what's going on down there, but alright, you see like those, I can't tell what it is they're doing down there. There's some people down there by the cars or something. And there's some kind of music going on. I don't know what that is. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to walk over, but I won't lie. I'm a little, I don't know. I'm a little unsure of what it actually is. Like, I'm probably fine. Might go over soon. We'll see. Yeah, so it was really cool meeting with my new friends there. I also got information that I got a new subscriber. One new subscriber. So, whoa, crazy. That's super cool. So yippee, you know, another person. And it's also a really big moment for me, you know. What was it on, like Tuesday or Wednesday? No, Wednesday I think it was. Yeah, Wednesday. When I released my first Minecraft video. Well, I guess besides the trial one, the test video. Ignoring the test video though, super cool. I got an actual speed run of mine put out on YouTube. It was edited, not terribly much, just mostly in that I don't know, I put some music on there. I wasn't able to use official music because I'd have to buy something to have, you know, access to be able to use copyrighted music. It's annoying, but it's fine. And the music on the Clipchamp app, that's what I'm using to edit videos. Well, currently just the Minecraft ones. I don't know how much I'll actually edit these real life discussion ones. I kind of like the idea of not editing them, or at least not very much, mostly just because I don't know, I kind of just like this sort of feel of it being authentic, like there's nothing really else there. I don't know, it's also just really simple. There's just a sort of appeal to that, so I don't know, I might add some music or something like in the kind of the background to these. Probably do like a lower volume or something, so it's not as loud as say in my Minecraft videos. But yeah, I will say, I won't lie, I'm a little proud of the progress I've made with the video making, and with just, you know, recording videos in general. Like, I know I used to be a little I don't know, a little self-conscious or something before a camera, and now it feels perfectly fine. I don't really have any worries about it, so, you know, hey, that's a really cool thing on that front. And then alongside that, you know, like I said, first Minecraft video out. That was cool. On Wednesday. And this is, by the way, Friday. I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video. Today is November 1st of 2024. So, you know, new month, new thing. Yesterday was Halloween. I didn't do very much Halloween stuff, unfortunately, but I did enjoy some candy, so that's a plus. What else? Yeah, I didn't really watch any spooky movies or anything, unfortunately, but it's fine. Maybe we'll do some. What are they playing over? Are they playing like band or marching music or something? Or is that like, it's like a sports event further down? I don't know. What the fuck is that? I mean, that actually sounds like pretty epic, I won't lie. I don't know. Was that like a recording or something? Because, yeah. I don't know. That's weird. Interesting, though. Yeah, so like I was saying before, the music distracted me. Which is funny because I was just talking about music for my own videos, so I don't know, maybe that's a little music right there for my own video here. Whatever. Yeah. So that was cool. Yeah, Halloween, like I said, didn't watch any spooky movies. Nothing really happened much there, but, you know, still nice. I mean, this week, you know, I already got, like, the homework done on Monday and Tuesday, I believe it was, so I literally have not had very much other homework stuff I need to do, right? Like, the only two things I need to do for, like, class stuff-wise will be the one internship module, and then the one assignment for my sociology class, you know. But besides that, I don't know, maybe for some class they'll be like, print this thing out, bring it to class. Okay, besides that, even though it's annoying, it doesn't look like I'll have anything for two of my classes, although I don't know exactly what their plans are, so I feel a little skeptical to say I won't have anything for those, so we'll see. But on their actual syllabi, they don't have anything listed for this week or next week, so that's cool, that's nice. But hopefully that means they won't be asking me to do random shit outside of class that's not put on Moodle or something lame like that. Regardless, so this weekend, probably just, you know, some Minecraft, just chilling, you know, probably some work on video stuff. I might make a few more of these talking videos, we'll see. I'm thinking I might do some like in the morning, or I don't know, maybe at night. I might do some in the afternoon, but the thing is, in the afternoon, like, I'm generally not focused on that, like, especially right because, like, you know, most of the time on afternoons, like, I have lunch. I came from a class, then I'm going to lunch, or I came from work, I'm going to lunch, and then I'm going to my next class, and then a little bit I'm, you know, working on homework or something like that. This week, not really as much, again, because I already did all the homework for this week on, like, Thursday, Friday of last, and then I got all the stuff, most of the stuff done for next on this Monday, Tuesday, so, which is, like, extremely rare. Like, I've not been able to get that. So that was really lucky. Really good. Are they playing, like, just generic pop music now or something? I don't know what's going on over there. I don't even know how much you can hear it from my phone anyway. It's just what I'm recording this on, by the way, in case you couldn't tell by the limitations of this configuration. Yeah, so I just watched a bunch of YouTube yesterday and today, which has been very nice. I've enjoyed watching videos about a lot of different things. For example, I've had a lot of stuff about, like, politics, but I've also had things with like history or science or personality typology or different shows and movies. Like, for example, watching some stuff about the Cars movies, which actually, funnily enough, the first one came out during my birth year, 2006. So, believe it or not, so crazy to think it's that old. I'm just kidding, I'm not that old. Only like 18 years old, bro. Anyway, nonetheless, what are they playing down there? Anyway, I mean, it's not bad music. It actually sounds kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of forgetting because the music is distracting me. But yeah, besides that, so I already kind of reported on event it came from, Halloween situation, homework, what I'm kind of planning on doing this weekend. Not really terribly much else, honestly. Well, I mean, I guess we're talking about Minecraft stuff, so I might as well mention a few things on that front. So, recently, or somewhat recently, in my Minecraft world, my main survival one, that is. So, I got a bunch of stuff that I've done, but let's talk about some of it. So, so one thing I did that was really cool was that I mined out this whole chamber that I would have all the music discs and hostile mob heads. I'm not planning on getting into the passive ones. I don't really feel like it's right to I'm not really interested in them. I mean it could be kind of cool. It'd be cool to have like all of the heads, sure, to be like have the whole entire advancement thing done. Yes, and they're actually, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my world actually, I put a custom, well, I didn't make it myself, but I put this mod pack in there where you'll get like mob heads from killing mobs. I mean, like as the name suggests, if you have a looting sword. And I don't have all of the hostile mob ones yet, but I do have a lot of them. I do even have some crazy ones like the Warden, which only one of those. I do have a lot of ones from Strays and Skeletons, and a few other mobs. I have a fair amount of those. Also like Magma Cubes, funnily enough. I have a lot of those. So yeah, I made that. I made it out of stone brick, tough brick. What the fuck, car? Thank you. I also made it out of a lot of copper and quartz. Excuse me. And really? Are you done yet? Thank you. Yeah, so it took a lot of copper and a lot of quartz, and like it's not even like an absolutely ginormous size. I mean, it's big, but it's not like, it's not like some other Minecraft YouTubers where they make these like absolutely fucking enormous ass builds that literally take like multiple weeks to build or something, like multiple weeks amount of resources or something absolutely insane. But I mean, admittedly, I'd mostly just use stuff I already had beforehand. I've had a lot of things I've just kind of saved up in chests over time. Really nice of me to have long and many mining sessions where I'll just mine a shit ton of stuff, or I'll save resources when I'm getting something else so I can have resources for future projects. I think that was a great move that I started doing early on in my survival world, so good on me. Yeah, so I got that done. I also decided to put as many of the painting variants as I could, including many of the somewhat new paintings they introduced in, I believe, was it 1.20.5 or 6 or something. I don't know, but I don't know, or maybe it's that 1.21. I don't know. Either or. Really cool. I got a bunch of those. And then, Yeah, like I said, I also put the music disc in there. I don't have all of them yet. I think I have like 12 or 13. I think I'm missing a couple of these C418 ones. And I know I definitely do not have Precipice yet. That's been a fucking pain in the ass to try to get that one, considering how rare it is. I have 2 Maces, but not one singular Precipice disc, if that gives you any crazy idea how rare it is, or how hard it is to get. And apparently you can just get it from like the normal vaults or something. I don't know. I'll have to check the Minecraft wiki for that. But nonetheless, and yes, Precipice is actually my favorite music disc. I know some people say it's overrated. I think it's cool as fuck. My favorite was Pigstep, and my close second was Other Side. I mean, I imagine many other people's were, and to be honest, both music discs are absolute fire, guaranteed. But I think Precipice is now going to be my number 1, and then followed by, Pigstep and Other Side is numbers 2 and 3. I do think Creator was also really good. I don't know if I want to make Creator be my number 2, but Creator is definitely in my top 5 as well. Either version of it. Both are pretty cool. Yeah, so I built that chamber. It was really satisfying having that done. And as time goes on, I add more mob pits to that. I also made a purple frog-lite, or I should say pearlescent frog-lite, because that's the actual block farm, which was a fucking pain in the ass, because as the name so implies, kind of requires frogs, and frogs are slow as shit. And I almost even died trying to bring one, which is insane, because I almost never die, and my mates... That was a pain, trying to get all the frogs into the nether. Well, actually, yeah, I was like, bro, what the fuck? And they're so goddamn slow, and like, I could change the difficulty to peaceful. Here's the thing. I have a zombie that I captured in one of my areas, and I put a name tag on it, and it has full gold armor. And so I'm not gonna change the difficulty, because then it would delete the mob, and I don't have to go through the effort of trying to get another full gold armor zombie and capturing that. So I'm not locking it on normal difficulty either, but I don't know. I don't want to delete it, and I just thought it was kind of a cool thing, because in particular question, it's actually it's the way I have it is it's actually in my enchanting area. It's behind iron bars. It's like it's like the one and only sort of mob I have. It's actually like captured, and the story behind that is that it's this zombie called Dop, and the story behind that actually is, so I think it was either like early high school or late middle school, something like that. I came up with, along with my brother Norfie, we came up with these ideas of these Minecraft stories, right? And each one of our own was actually correspondent with the other one, so I guess literally it's just one story, just written from 2 different perspectives. He did it from one character perspective, I did it from another. Super cool. We didn't get like terribly far or anything, but we had some cool ideas. So pretty much what it was about was this, kind of just like this average sort of player, this guy called Lyson, who meets this creeper somewhat early in the game. And I don't, a super creative name, but I think it was, we called this one like the friendly, or like the good creeper or something like that. Yeah, I know, super original. As we've been with our stuffed animal names, like naming an orange cat Orange, or a rabbit Bunny, or a wolf Wolfie, glamorous, glorious name choices, in case you couldn't tell. And so highly esteemed as I was in my childhood. Yeah. So, yeah. And pretty much happens is like these two, so the creeper, he's just like, I'm not trying to like kill you, bro. I'm just trying to be friends with you. I just want to get to know you. Like, I'm not like the other monsters who are trying to kill everyone else. And he's like, I want to see what's going on here. And so he meets Lyson, and he's pretty scared. I mean, yeah, to be honest, if you met this creeper who's like, hey, dude, you want to hang out? And you're like, I'd fucking die. But sure. So pretty much what happens, they become friends and work together. Now, of course, Creeper's obviously limited by the biological constraints of not having arms, because, he's a creeper, he only has feet. So he can't really, hold stuff. But he is able to wear an iron. Well, not iron only, but he's able to wear a helmet. That's the only piece of armor he can wear. But he does hope. But his strengths lie not in his, or, well, would be, if he actually had anything on that front, physical abilities, like Lyson has, where, like, Lyson's, he's a player. He can craft things, he can trade with villagers, he can fight off monsters, or pillagers, or whatever. Well, actually, I didn't know the pillagers at the time. That'd be cool to introduce, like, the newer stuff to it. Anyway, nonetheless, I think it was like 1.12 or something that I thought of it. And because I was doing it on, like, the Legacy Console edition, I don't know, whatever it was. Where is I at? Yeah, so then they end up having to fight this, oh, right, and let me get back to it a little bit. Keep on skipping ahead. So the Creeper, the good Creeper here, his abilities lie in stuff like being able to negotiate, being, really friendly, being really responsible sort of creature. He has, like, a really good heart. So his abilities lie a lot in the social field and in a lot of the knowledge that he has that enables Lyson to survive a lot better than he would just by himself. And they work together. They have to work together to defeat this evil zombie. I guess zombies in the story are kind of evil anyway, but whatever. A zombie called Dob. Dob is basically like a more intelligent zombie. And unlike the other ones who, just, don't wear armor most of the time or hold anything, they just try to, beat shit up with their fists. Honestly, kind of a lame-ass strategy if you ask me. Highly ineffective. Zombies in Minecraft don't know that. Don't tell them. Well, I guess if you did, they probably wouldn't be able to. They probably wouldn't even care anyway, because they probably can't even interpret what you're saying, but whatever. Yeah, I think of the zombie thing that made me feel a little freaked out, especially since it's nighttime. And is this a Halloween thing? Yesterday I saw this video about the whole about some of, like, the socionic function kind of stuff, and talking to the blind spot of extrovert sensing, and it's saying for those types yeah, in the particular case, it's showing this example of this movie where this dude who is extrovert sensing blind, that there was, like, a zombie apocalypse literally happening, and he didn't even fucking notice. He was just like, he's just chilling around. He's just looking at his phone or the ground or whatever. I would have really freaked out if I was just chilling around doing my own stuff, and I was like, oh fuck, there's undead people walking around. Okay, that's not creepy as hell or anything. And I really sincerely hope this never happens, because I know a lot of people find the idea of zombies or whatever funny, but they scared the literal shit out of me. So I hope they never happens. I can watch shows about aliens and not get freaked out, but watching something about zombies, and I absolutely do. So I'll try to remind myself of thinking it in a Minecraft sense, because those do not scare me. I actually have been jump scared by it a few times. Like, they never, like, killed me or anything, but funnily enough, one time I actually was in creative mode a long time ago on, like, the PlayStation 3 edition, when I was, like, building some stuff, and then it would, like, turn around, and I was like, whoa, because it was also, like, really loud. I didn't know how to change the volume. So yeah, you can imagine how that scared the shit out of me. Point aside there, let's back to the story. So yeah, they defeat this zombie called Dop, who wears gold armor and has golden weapons and tools. Admittedly, yeah, it's very lame. I don't know if I was going to add the twist of the story that gold tools and weapons are actually stronger for non-player mobs than they are for players. Maybe due to something about the amount of force that players exert on their tools. Or some kind of limitation that the players have that some certain mobs don't, which should actually be really interesting. I think it'd be kind of a cool addition to the game if they actually do decide to add something like that, and whether that be with the, as another YouTuber likes to name it, Creaky and Freaky, referring to the Winter Drop update, which I don't think they're going to actually stick with that name, but it'd be really funny if they did, for a plethora of reasons, you know. Yeah, so they have to defeat this zombie called Dop. However, and I'm trying to remember if I had set up like this or not, but that Dop was actually a zombie pigman in the disguise of a zombie, and that's why he has a gold sword. That's why he has golden armor. Now, in the game itself, you never actually see any zombie pigmen wearing any armor, or zombified piglins as they are since the Nether update. I think it'd be really cool if they did bring back the zombie pigman for like certain odd structures or whatever, even though I know technically they're literally just pretty much the same exact mob as the zombified piglin, just a slightly different version, really. I still think they're really cool. It'd be really fun if they were added back to the game where you could do something to get some, because I think they're a really classic mob. They're really cool. I have nothing against zombified piglins. I think they're a great mob too. Funny how we're comparing two mobs that are pretty much exactly the same. Anyway, so they have to defeat this. They have to defeat this dude, who actually has some kind of base in the Nether, and that's like what he's gonna be able to get, like all these gold tools and whatever. He has like a bunch of other mobs monsters working with him to try to like take down and kill a bunch of the players and villagers. And also later on in the story, and I don't think, because again, I didn't get terribly far with it, but I even jumped at the idea of a good skeleton character, who, in similar story to the Good Creeper, was the good skeleton here. I know, again, super original name. I didn't actually come with a proper name for him. Kind of generic, just filler name for the time, and then whatever. So yeah, so this skeleton here, he was a good friend of the Good Creeper, kind of in between the start of the story and some other time. They kind of become friends on one occasion where the Good Creeper is trying to infiltrate the base or the forces of Dop, and his cronies. So he's trying to infiltrate them, and he meets up with a good skeleton who he's not completely loyal to Dop, and the other monsters. He's kind of mixed. He doesn't really know what to think, and so when he becomes friends, he interacts with the Good Creeper, and he even interacts eventually with Lyson. He kind of comes to realize like all the damage that the undead monsters have been havocing on the world, and that their efforts and beliefs are wrong. And so he joins them, and yeah, he's really good. I'm trying to remember how I decided it. I was either like he's a really good shot or like archer, or he's just like moderate. But either or, good with the bow. He gets better across the story. He can also wear a helmet, although he can also wear a chest plate as well. And the Good Creeper actually convinces Lyson to craft diamond armor for the Good Skeleton, and then the Good Skeleton, as a kind of favor to Lyson, gives him a bunch of their arrows to kind of be like, hey dude, I'm not gonna shoot you, here's some arrows, right? kind of taken from the mob drops thing there, except in this case they willingly can give certain stuff, not all the time, mind you, because like can't just like give body parts, but the skeletons can very easily give arrows in the story. They can do that, so this is what this one does. And the diamond armor basically helps the skeleton, you know, not burn up in daylight, has a really long durability. And I was also considering that and maybe not so much for the good creeper, because my creepers don't burn up in the day, so it doesn't use up durability on their helmets, but that the helmet and maybe the chest plate as well for the skeleton, the good skeleton, that also gets used up quite a lot, and it almost gets broken. And I think at one point I wanted to decide that it actually does, and so I'm trying to decide if I want it to be some kind of heroic sacrifice that he makes, or if he goes into temporary hiding or something, or what it is that I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll come back to this actual story, but now that I'm actually talking about it, I kind of want to, so maybe I might. You know what, maybe I might, maybe I won't, I don't know. Maybe I could do that in the video form, because I don't know if I want to. I feel a little hesitant to write stuff. I don't know, I just haven't really been in the mood to do that as much, because, you know, I just write for a lot of my assignments. I take notes in pretty much every class, so I don't really feel like writing. But maybe videos might be cool, or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so I talked about that as well. Yeah, in my Minecraft world, let's get back to that, and I'll probably go inside in the next little bit. Let's see here. So I also okay, I also made this giant ice boat pathway between my second overworld base and my first one. Turns out it's actually not as long as I thought it was. I mean, it is definitely like a long distance. It felt like it when I was placing the blocks, but if I just like fly around with the elytra, it's not actually terribly long. I can get back and forth in like, I don't know, just like 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. So it's not too bad. It's literally just across the ocean pretty much. And it's not completely done yet, but the majority, well, a fair amount of it's done. I just need to get some more ice and slap that on there and put some slabs on to prevent any boats from falling off, and then it'll be great. And then we'll have a fully functioning ice boat pathway between the two parts. So that'll be cool. I like having a mixture of different transportation methods in my world. So I have a bunch of rail places systems. That was another thing I did, is that I added a bunch more rails, and I duped a lot more of those as well. And then yeah, ice boat pathways, and then you know, also just fly around with my elytra and walk. So it's kind of just a mixture of these four methods. I don't really use rideable mobs as much, but I don't know. I mean, they're cool, but they're also kind of a fucking pain in the ass to move. Often really slow, and you have to deal with their health. But if you just use like a minecart or a boat, you don't have to worry about that. You can just craft it. It's really easy. It goes where you want it to. It's faster, so simpler anyway. And also easier to move around too. Let's see here. Yeah, so I did that. I also, with Wyatt's help, I dug out a shit ton of area for, I mean, we're not done yet, but I dug out a shit ton of the area that we'd have for this large storage area that we're gonna have. So that's cool. Oh yes, and by the way, he did join my survival world, by the way. And yes, I also did download, or I guess technically offload that world onto a normal one instead of a realm. I liked Minecraft Java realms, don't get me wrong, but I kind of figured it was time to take it off a realm. I don't need to be paying for the realm anymore for a while. I will put it back on there at some point, I imagine, because you know, I don't plan on keeping it on my school computer indefinitely, but it's working out great for the most part on there. And plus, I also wanted to get back to having the fully survival thing, because Let's be honest, I felt a little weird using certain commands and whatnot in my world, because you get like realms owner privileges or whatever on there, which is cool, you know. And I don't think I abused it. You know, I did use certain things, like, yes, I did use spectator mode, yes, I did use /locate and stuff like to, you know, keep inventory or whatever. And unfortunately, I do think I messed up the day-night cycles, so it's permanently stuck on like morning or evening. I'm not sure which one it was, so I don't know how to fix that. So yippee, that's great. But and it's day 0 apparently, because I guess when you put a Minecraft world on, you're switching between realms and normal worlds or something like that, it completely forgets how many days you have. It did not forget any of the advancements or any of the actual world data, but it forgot that. So that's weird. I guess I have to look on my, well, I don't know if it'll actually work or not, because I don't know if it counts all the, I don't know if it deletes all the days when you're transitioning from a regular world to a realm. If it removes all the day counter on there and starts it over or something. Interesting to think about that though. Let's see. I also got the silence armor trim, although that was a little while back. But also super cool. Took a while though. And then let's see here. Also, I also started and made a lot of progress on PvP Arena, my first one. It's taken a lot of resources, let me tell you, but it looks really cool. I'm not done yet. I need to work on the actual stadium part. I have the arena part down for the most part. Probably want to add maybe a few more details, but I say it looks really cool, actually. I'm really proud of it. The music is distracting, bro. What the fuck are they playing? Is this just like generic radio music? Pop? Something like that? Dunno. And I do need to get inside soon, so I'd like to play some more Minecraft. Kind of hang out, put my pajamas on. And I might watch some more TV. I started trying to watch this new sci-fi series. It's a series, supposedly, even though the first episode is like literally an hour and a half. That's kind of a long ass episode, bro. Unless you're talking like episodes like Star Wars. This is not an episode. Episodes are like anywhere from like 15 to at most like 55 minutes or so, if we're really talking, and that's like British TV for like the long ass stuff. Well, like most things here in America, like an average episode will probably be probably about 25 to like 30 minutes. I think that's like pretty reasonable. Kind of cool. I didn't get terribly far because I also kind of got distracted by some YouTube videos I was watching, so immediately kind of just, you know, watched those more. But still cool series. Again, series. Yeah, some PvP Arena. I think I'd like to do more of that. I have a lot more advancements I want to get to. I think I only have like 12, maybe 13 left, but I already got some of the really annoying ones out of the way. So for example, I got the ones about putting different types of armor trims on pieces of armor. I got that one knocked out. I got the one of having all 3 frog lights in my inventory. Got that done. I also, today, before I went to dinner in the event, I actually got this one done for trading with the villager at the top of the world, which is really fucking annoying because the villagers wouldn't go where I wanted them to, and I was trying to use a bed to lure them so they go to sleep, and then I could kind of like push them into the stream so they get launched up into the sky. But no, they didn't want to do that, and I tried to push them into the water. They refused to. That aside, which was annoying, I won't lie. I was like, come on, dude, let's go into the water. Excuse me, in case you couldn't tell, I was frustrated. Yeah, so I did that. And I'm trying to remember what else. Oh yeah, I also got this one for bringing a ghast into the overworld and then killing that. That was a nice one to have done. Trying to remember what else. I feel like I might have had like one or two. Oh, I also had the ones for getting a sniffer egg, because I got a few of those. Planting some of the sniffer seeds, making, placing, and then repairing dog armor. Also, this one advancement for killing a breeze with its own wind charges, which that was annoying. That took a while. I had to like spam the attack button because the wind charges are like really unpredictable, and like they also are really fast, so I had to make sure I hit it like pretty much at any opportune moment back to, and like they only do like half a heart or whatever. So I pretty much just crouched in one position. I got a breeze in a boat, and then I just basically punched it back. That was really annoying, but I got that one done, so yay. Maybe I got two other ones done, but I think that's most of it. And then lastly, I also, what else? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I feel like there's probably other things I'm forgetting about, but anyway, nonetheless, this is way longer video than I meant it to be. I meant it to be only like anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes. This is like almost 50, which is crazy, but it's fine. It's all right. I don't really have anything else I need to do, except for just like, you know, put pajamas on, go to bed, sleep, that kind of good stuff. So I'll do it at some point anyway. But it was lovely talking, lovely giving updates on stuff that happened, either in Minecraft or stories or, you know, personal history and whatnot. So yeah, it's awesome. And I hope whoever's watching, hope you have a good day or night or whatever the fucking time is in the world at the time of you watching this, if you are. So see ya.